All right. Thanks for hanging out with us today, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
All right. So before we get started with everything Five Roses Pub, we need to get started with everything you two. So please take us through your first ever alcoholic beverage experience.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
First one ever.
Oh, I mean ever. And don't be scared of owning the fact that it was probably underage. We know how this goes.
Well, I'd have to admit mine was probably robbing my parents' liquor cabinet. And it was the combo of a few different liquors so they didn't catch,
Yeah.
And then I took too much of the vodka. And of course, being so young, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So made kind of more of a jungle punch. But I do recall my very first one, and it was not as glorious as I hoped it would be.
Oh, but did it have the glorious effect you
It
hoped
did.
it would have? Okay. So it didn't stop.
It sucked me into the industry for life,
That's how it gets you. You get in and then you can't get out.
Nope.
Sweet deliciousness. That was probably not sweet and delicious at all. Christine, what about yours?
Actually mine, I was like 15 and we used to summer in Ireland actually. And we were out one night. And when you're a teenager, you can hang out in the bars there. And we were drinking vodka Coke because it could I know.
Well, yeah.
I didn't know we were drinking it. And it was years. And I mean years before I could drink Coke. Because I just every time I had a Coke, I could taste the vodka in it. And it was just vomit.
So what we've learned here is that vodka and Coke, not a great pairing.
No.
What an amazing, what a mind-boggling concept. All right, so go from those two simultaneously horrific and yet enlightening experiences to finding your way to the to Five Roses Pub.
Well, I started here in 2012, a couple months after we opened as a server, and I worked here for a couple years. I left, I came back, left.
Oh.
And this time to manage and then to eventually be the general manager. So it was, you can't give up. Can't kill a bad thing, I guess.
Yes. No, yeah.
Oh, for me, I tried the professional world thing, after I graduated college, and then got sucked kind of into the industry as like a part-time gig, and then I've been jumping from place to place through my journey, and ended up in the park here at one point, and then started bartending here back in 2016. And then it was just a couple of years later, we did a little management mix-up, and there was an opening, and I vied for the position, and Christine brought me on, and we've been kind of partners ever since.
You can say partners in crime. It's all
partners
right.
in crime.
Know what's happening.
That's
here.
what I was leaning towards. Yeah. Just in case the staff listens to this at some point. I don't. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, so let's just dive right into that can of worms. So tell us about what is obvious. Clearly your staff must be the bomb.com because you're able to joke with them like this. So tell me about your staff and what I imagine probably helped get you through the past year, if not two.
Yeah, I mean, the last year was really, really rough when we opened after closing I think we opened the end of May after closing just before St. Patrick's Day. And I think we all joked. I mean, as much as, you love to be out on St. Patrick's Day working in an Irish bar on St. Patrick's Day tests you a lot. So we were kind of joking about it. And we never got the chance. It shut down. We were shut down the night before St. Patrick's Day.
The night before.
And then we reopened the end of May, and this was new territory. We had no idea what it was going to be like, and we were afraid to come out. It was very, very difficult. And somehow, by the grace of whatever, a lot of our staff stuck with us through it and worked really long shifts and dealt with really difficult people, and really stood by us in ways that we didn't think they would have, say, pre-pandemic. But it really sort of pulled everyone together, and it was an odd time. Our management wasn't back what it was. We were very limited And like I said, people were working, these 15-hour shifts sometimes, for fractions of what they were making pre-pandemic. But it was kind of, for some reason, it's the same when I say that I came back and I came back and I came back. There's something at the end of the day about this place that just makes them want to make it work. And we shut down again end of October, and then it carried us through until February of this year. And when we reopened again, it was like testing our patients, our limits, and our actual upper management sort of took the time to say, like, this is not working. We rearranged management again. Pat wasn't here during the pandemic, brought him back on, and it just started to change. It was just like go time.
Yeah.
And it felt like, you feel like in a way you're kind of reinventing everything. I mean, you're working in it's just a different industry right now. But yeah, we've been very lucky with the people that definitely stayed with us throughout. We can't say enough about them in that way. But again, it's just the magic of the industry, I guess.
Yeah, and that must be weird for you guys too, because it seems like you did go from being those employees that had that passion to suddenly like in management. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm a manager, but I'm still your friend, it feels like. And now how do I balance this in a way that like I'm asserting my authority, but also like keeping this like family unit together? Because essentially that's what it is. I mean, you get in the weeds together, you're trying to like get these drinks out, and you're 5 deep at the bar. Everyone is essentially trauma bonded behind
Yes, we are. That's very true.
but you know what?
Trauma bonded
I'm
is like,
stealing
yeah,
that if you don't
absolutely.
mind. That's
Please do. Please do.
yes.
But like
That's staff Christmas gifts this year. We're trauma bonded.
your staff Christmas gift needs to come in like a little Prozac bottle. Just thank you. We're sorry. So tell me about clearly you guys have helped foster this very unique environment because it is made of people that are filled with passion, that are there for this passion. So what, I guess, makes you passionate about Five Roses specifically that made you even want to keep coming back? Clearly the staff and the family, but like, what do you think about the pub itself? Like, do you have regulars that are part of that community too, that you really just didn't want to let go of that part of the family also?
So I think from my standpoint, the way we're nested here, entertainment district is we do have a handful of regulars, but we're right next to Rosemont and all the hotels, as well as O'Hare. So people are flying in daily. So we have a large influx of people who are coming for conventions, who are coming for business. A lot of different faces are coming through the door, and from all over the world and all walks of life. So I think, if I can compare it to, my previous industry positions, I think this one's just so much more exciting because everything's different every day. Every day is different. It's not the same faces. It's not the same people. Everyone's got a new story of where they came from, what's going on in their lives, why they're here. And I just think it keeps things very fresh and interesting here, rather than kind of the same old job, the same day, same thing, same people. Oh, this the guy, he's eating the same meal today. Not that that's a bad thing. We still love our regulars and all that, but I do like to have new experiences. Yeah,
The
new
influx.
experiences, new people. Yes, the influx of different people.
You're like the influx capacitor. I'm sorry. There was a Back to the Future joke to be made. I saw the opportunity.
I know.
All right. So tell me what you guys have, I guess, coming up for the rest of 2021 in the holiday season. And then what's on the docket for next year?
So Fridays and Saturdays, we do live music. We have an acoustic musician every Friday and Saturday from 6 to 9. And then on Saturday nights from 10 to 1, we have a band. And then holiday season is starting to fill up really quickly. We are just about to put out our New Year's Eve details, which we're doing $40 package, Gets you in the door, gets you champagne toast, appetizer buffet from about 9:30 to 10:30, and a DJ. The party starts early. So
What a good like covered to fun ratio.
yeah, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
gotta have fun too. We want people out. We want, we want to have this party. And this is for us. Yeah, I mean, we didn't get New Year's party last year, and then one before that. Going into 2020, we did not know what we were.
No, we have to double up this
I'm
year.
just ready to cap this off, and this is
Yes.
a good party, cap off the year, success, and then for the new 2022.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Anything else you guys want to get out there for the people to know?
No, nothing on top of my head.
I mean, just venture out.
Yeah, venture out, get out there. Don't be home, don't stay home, don't be scared. Get out there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Happy
Five
hour
ro-
tea every day from 4 to 6. Check it out. Well, I should say Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, yes.
every day is happy hour at Five Roses
It is.
Pub.
Yes, it is.